So I've been waiting. I'm so excited, honey, for the Oval to come back. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for the Oval Season 2, Episode 1. Listen. You know when we left off, it was a mess over here to the Oval. Listen, the First Lady and the grandma and the two kids is out at lunch. And she's telling them, you have to always smile when you're in the public eye because everybody's looking at you. Everybody. Everyone continued to smile. Baby, they was arguing down, honey, and having it down. The grandmother was letting them have it. She was letting them have it. Now listen, grandma's sharp, but this is where I got a problem. Tyler, who did grandma's hair? Because they got her up in this bun in the back, and she got all that old Miss Clairol brown up in there, and it looked a mess. That brown right there, and then the rest of her hair is this beautiful silver foxish. That was a mess. But it was distracting me. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, but that was distracting me. Other than that, you know, I liked grandma. Grandma's real sharp, but that hair was horrible. When they panned around the side and you seen her dark hair, fix that. Have them strip that out and fix that. Anyway, but it didn't even take that long. Fix it! Anyway, moving on. Nobody with money had her hair like that. Okay, so Jason is so nasty. All this fussing is going on at the table. And the daughter is really basically letting her know, you know, like, she don't like the mother, right? And the mother is like sitting there, and, you know, she's terrified of grandma. Honey, grandma said, zip your pants up, Jason. You embarrass me out here. Your pants are unzipped underneath the table. She's letting you know she don't miss nothing. He sit there and say, I don't know what you're talking about. She gonna reach down there and Grandma says, does this excite you? I said, oh, grandma. Honey, he jumped and moved. She gonna say, does this bring you pleasure? I said, oh my. Here it is, he down there, honey, with a hard on and got it out under the table. He is such a freak, child. So trifling. So trifling. And I said, well, what is going on? Grandma know everything, child. Then she told them, she said, you know, I can have Dr. Rollins come, you know, to talk with all of you all, you included. And the mother was like, no. I said, well, what do Dr. Rollins do? Do you do shock therapy or something? What is going on? Honey, the stupid old girl, that doggone Gail, she don't know. She's steadily saying, yeah. When the mother talked about grandma talked about going to a boarding school, yeah. And the mother was like, Like, you don't even know. Girl, you don't have a clue, honey. And all you can see is the fear in First Lady's face. Grandma was like, I think I need to stay a few more days. I said, oh, child. If y'all only knew what was going on, Grandma done brought hell upon the White House, honey. But anyway, so she got them all together. It was a whole mess. Child, they was in that car. I will talk about that later when they was in the car. It was a mess. A mess. Grandma didn't even ride in the car with them. She don't like their ass at all. She don't like them. Anyway, by this time, you know, we'll go back to where we started this. The president that came out the bathroom, he had up, baby, and everything. His adrenaline was zoop, honey. He looked, sees girlfriend's head off, and he just like went into shock and just fell out on the floor. I said, he ain't even. He all had up. He ain't made for this life, child. He laying there on the floor. Kyle hears the thump, and he said, you really are a freak. He said, I'm going to give you 30 more minutes. So 30 minutes went by. He goes knocking on the door. He's like, sir, I'm coming in there. He come in, child. Sir is knocked out on the floor. Everybody else is in two pieces. He went to moving things around and got him and put him in the shower. Got to cleaning up the room by himself, honey. Now listen, Tyler, I'm going to get you because you showed us something and you done forgot you showed us. The order in which the woman was put into the basket, her head went in the basket first. Her head went in the basket first, then some sheets, then her body, then more sheets. Y'all remember that. Tyler, come on now. Chop, chop. Okay, so a whole mess. So he's cleaning up and he flipped the mattress and all of this. When I tell you the president was out of it, he was totally out of it. And he had got out the shower. First of all, he got in the shower with his underwear on, back out the shower. And he was still all bloody. He said, no, get back in the shower, wash all this blood stuff off of you. Come on now, quit playing. Because, you know, they're like scheduled to be coming back. In the meantime, in between time, we got Lily in the car with old boy. He's telling her everything that's going on. He even gave her a folder. Remember that at the end of the season. She opened the folder, baby. She sees pictures of her husband and Kyle getting down. Getting down, baby. Kyle and Donald was getting down in these photos. You hear me? And she was just done. She was done. So he told her, listen, I'm going to be at so-and-so and so place. You know, I'm the only one you could trust. You know, you got to really watch yourself. These people will take their secrets to the grave. And if that's you, to the grave. She like, whatever. So she's starting to get her little things on and figuring out that he ain't lying. Here, over at Richard and Nancy's house, they done got arrested. Everybody done got arrested because there's a dead body on the floor. They can't explain nothing. You got the boy with the knife. Then they done got a box full of money and all of this stuff. They done found in the car. All of it. It was just a whole mess. They done took and looked up, and here comes the doggone chief of police. He took and ran them all in. And then the neighbor was like, what is going on? I don't believe this. None of this don't make no sense. She goes over back home and she calls Sam. I said, I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. I messed. This was Tyler and it was going slow and moving all around. Okay, so Max, back at the White House, Max knows something's going on because he's looking at how Kyle is moving. He can't see inside the bedroom of the president. He can see in the hallway. He says, something going on. He gonna say, so you want to steal my job, huh? Let's make this real interesting. He said he watched it in monitors. He said the cleaning crew. I was like, what the heck changed that? All the floor plan and all that. Sam ended up leaving because Sam got to go see about Nancy and Richard and their son. You know, their son is his godson. And they cousins and whatever. Well, Nancy and Richard's wife. Nancy and Sam's wife are cousins. Anyway. Meanwhile, the first lady is in the daggone car with the kids. Honey, she told Gail, you are a waste of light skin. See, they never seen it for me, honey. I was too dark, and this, that, thing, and the other. Never seen it. You just came right out with everything that they adore, and you don't even know what to do with it. You're a waste. And Jason said, why are you so scared of her? Of the grandmother. Baby, she told him, and you should be. She said, then you two gonna take me out to lunch, and then y'all gonna embarrass me. Y'all are both gonna pay when we get back to that house. Both of you are gonna pay. I was like, oh my. I said, okay, y'all know how that is, honey. Anyway, so Sam gets in there, talk to the daggone chief of police, and told him, you owe me a favor anyway. Give them to me. And asked them, was there any press on this? He's like, no. He said, you owe me that favor. Give them to me. He said, and I'm still waiting on that job at the White House. He gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna get it for you. I said, Tyler, now that was too fake for me. All that shit that they got going on, but he just handed them on over to him. Just stopped interrogating them and handed them on over. He said, well, you gotta get them together and I'm gonna come and get them, come for them. And then he told him about the boy down at the pharmacy and said, he pressed some charges. Y'all need to get that together. So I said, oh, Lord, okay. So Lily got an appointment with the first lady. She come an hour later. She go in there, but she gonna go stop and talk to Donald first. Maybe she rolled up on Donald and she just rolled in. I said, come on, Lily. Lily's on now. She this bad dress on. Well, you know she's a designer. It's probably one of hers, but the dress was short. She rolled in there, baby, told him about how, and that she had told old boy, you know, that she wasn't getting no sex. He said, I knew that. He said, because the way you held on to me, I could tell you hadn't had it in a while. It was good. I said, I know that's right. Um, she went in there and started seducing Donald. She went, put her hand down there, honey, nothing. Nothing going on downstairs, honey. Just when she jumped on there and asked him, why did you marry me? Why did you marry me, honey? And then wait a minute. Said, did you send the man? Did you send him? And said, yeah, I ain't been having no sex, this, that, thing, and the other, on and on and on. And then he just came up on me, came on to me at the airport real strong. And instead of, he went to giving her, wait a minute, what are you saying? Did you sleep with him? Baby, I said, Donald, really? Honey, we are getting ready to see a whole different side of Lily. Lily turned around and said, did you? I said, oh, Lily. Did you? I said, oh. He said, what are you saying? Baby, she got to questioning him. He got to questioning her. She threw them pictures over there. Baby, his face was cracked and on the floor, honey. He said, I said, close your mouth, girl. Close your mouth. Work, Lily! Lily got him together. Told him, I want a divorce. He told her, you can't divorce me. They're not going to let you divorce me. I had to be married to have this job, and I chose you. And I honestly, truly said, I only ever messed with him. I've never messed with another man. And as soon as I married you, I broke it off with him. She was like, what, boy? I'm out of here, honey. He said, please, just go have your appointment with the president's wife, and we'll talk about it tonight. She was like, whatever. So I said, oh, I wanted to follow Lily. Honey, I didn't give a shit about what else was going to go on. I wanted to go with Lily because Lily was on one, okay? But it was so good. I said, oh, Lily turned on, baby, listen, when he said, did you sleep with him? Like he working the Jedi mind trick on her. She said, did you? I said, oh, bitch, yes. Girl, she get 20 points for that. That was good shit. Anyway, moving on. So Sam and Richard get talking. Richard's wife, Nancy, she's like, he said, go sit in the car, Nancy. She gonna say, no, I want to know what's going on, because they brought up Picky. You know, Picky is her nephew. He said, go sit in the car. You know, she always falling apart because the jazz in the car. When they told him, Picky dead, and we just gonna frame Picky. Picky going, everything gonna be on Picky. Where's the gun? I gave back to Picky. Even better. We gonna frame Picky. I said, oh, okay, all right. Told him, you need to get down to that pharmacy and get that boy to drop them charges. I said, I'm high. So all of that goes on. Then Max and Kyle. Kyle get down there. Kyle's stuck in the elevator. He says, what's going on? Why is this? What's wrong with this elevator? Why has these plans been changed? This, that, the other. He's like laughing at him. And he's like, this, that, thing, and the other. It all ends up, when Max did what he did, Kyle ended up in the elevator with Jane. Jane was like, is that blood on those sheets? He was like, huh? What? She's like, on the sheets. And she pulled it back and see the head looking up at her like that. Child, she started screaming. He gonna grab her and put his hand over her mouth. Was like, shut up, shut up. I said, and that's where it ended. This is where I said, I'm going to talk to y'all again. Tyler Perry, you got to stop being so goddamn sloppy with these things that you're doing. The order and the presentation. Whenever Kyle cleaned the room, the head went in first, then sheets, then the body, then more sheets. So there's no way that Jane would have pulled the sheet and the head been staring at her because the head was on the bottom. Get your shit together, Tyler. I'm out of here.